Hello, my name is Carolyn Felholter, and I am going to be your statistics professor this semester. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. So this is a brief video I wanted to do just to show you around the course a little bit, and also wanted to remind you that I'm going to be asking you 3 questions about this video when you meet with me on Zoom. So one of the requirements of the course is that you schedule a Zoom meeting with me, and I will ask you these 3 questions or 3 random questions from this video. So here we go. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. So I have 2 sons. This is Aaron. Aaron just finished up a semester studying abroad in Germany, and then he did an internship over there. So he's been gone for a year. He's back home finishing up his degree at UT. He's going to have a marketing degree in business from UT. And then this is Casey. Casey is currently in California. He has a degree from UT in ecology. He's a recreation technician in the Inyo National Forest near Yosemite. And a year before that, he was a rock climbing park ranger in West Virginia. This is Penny and Scout, and this is Sophia. In addition to my boys and my critters, I also love the mountains. I love hiking. I love biking. I love the beach, really anything outdoors. So that's a little bit about me. If you need to contact me, there's a Remind app that you're going to be joining when you do the orientation module, and you can email me as well. The only thing I ask is that you do not use the Brightspace chat or email feature because I cannot reply very well to that from my phone. So I just prefer that you either use the Remind app or just email me directly. So over here is our Brightspace course. This is actually one I had last year, but yours is, I'm working on getting yours finalized, but it'll look just like this. But you'll have all my information here when you log into Brightspace. My email address, my phone number, all the things. You can make an appointment with me. Here's my Zoom links, all the things. I have a YouTube channel for lots of help videos. So all kinds of things are here. But this start here, which is where you found this video actually, this is the orientation module that you're going to click to do all the steps that you need to do for the class. So let's go back a little bit more about me. I forgot I had this slide here about my girls. So Penny and Scout are adopted sisters. They're from the same litter, but they don't look anything alike. This is Sophia. She was a foster fail. I was fostering her and her 2 puppies who became homeless, and I just fell in love with her, and so she's ours now. I also adopted Mr. O, and well, actually, he adopted us. He just showed up at our house. And then this is sweet little Liza. Sometimes we call her Stella Blue, but we've had her for a long time. So as you can see, my critters are my babies. So a little bit about the format of this class. So this is an online class. It is asynchronous, meaning we have no set times for our meetings. You are required to come to campus twice, and you can go to any campus that you like. But the midterm exam and the final exam, you will come to one of the campuses and take those exams here. Now, I usually give a 2-week window when you can come by, work around your schedule and find either a day or an evening or a Saturday when you can come in and get that exam done. So I wanted to just go over briefly how each chapter is going to work. So over here on the right of my screen, we can go up to content. And when you click on content, you will see, well, the screen is shortened a little bit, but you will see a table of contents here, and then just all the chapters. So every chapter is lined out the exact same way. And I tried to make this class as much like an in-person class as I could. So you'll have a section for notes. There'll be a lesson video and a lesson to complete, and then you have homework to do. So pretty much like you would if you were in person. So you can click on your notes. There's a blank set, and then there's also an answer key. These are nice for printing. This is the same set of notes, but these work as a web page, and so they work a little bit better on like an iPad or a cell phone. So you'll have your notes. Then, just like in a regular class, after we have the notes, there'll be some sort of like a lecture, or I'll give a lesson, and then I would go around and make sure you know how to do problems like we're in the lesson. So for here, there's going to be, this is a lesson or like a print off. You'll watch this video. It's going to show you how to do this assignment. you submit your assignment here. So you just click on this and then the questions pop up and you just put your answers in. So you may want to work the problems out on paper. You can print this paper off and work them, but you will turn in your answers here. So that's like our class time. So that's one part of class. That's like what we would do in a classroom setting if we were meeting face to face. Then at the end of class, I would say, all right, now you've got some homework to do. So that's the second part of class, is the homework. So if you go back to content, I've put a link. Let's see, I'm right down here. So you have your notes, your lesson assignment video, and then there's a link to go to the homework. Now, this just takes you to another link that will send you over to My Stat Lab. So My Stat Lab has been billed to you. You've paid for it. It is a requirement of this class. It is where you do your online homework. Built into My Stat Lab is something called StatCrunch, and it's just a statistical calculator, basically. Now, sometimes when you click on this link, I may have some videos here for you to watch, but it just depends on the unit that we're working on. So each chapter is the exact same, and you'll just work through the chapters. Your first quiz will be over chapters 1 and 2, and then you'll have a quiz. So once you get through all the chapter work and you've done all the homework, there'll be a review quiz, and then you actually take the quiz. Now, each week I will have a weekly announcement, so you'll know exactly what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. There's also, let's go back to our home page, and this is very important. I'm going to ask that you know where to find this. So where can you find the due dates for everything? So this is this link right here. And when you click on this link, it's just going to pull up a calendar that's going to have all the due dates for the entire semester on it. So I'm going to ask you about that. So that's basically how the course is set up. Now, I did want you to note, and this is one of the steps, I just want you to click on these course policies here and read through those. And another step in your orientation module is to read these course policies. Then there's a very short 10-question quiz that you will find. And you will find that within this module. As you're working through the steps in the orientation module, you will come across that step. So the only rules I have are just be respectful to each other. You guys aren't meeting in person, but if you have, contacting each other or with me, just be respectful and be engaged in the class. And actually, the best thing you can do in this class is to be engaged, meaning stay on schedule, keep up with your due dates, make sure you're doing everything on time. If you stay on schedule in this class, you're going to be successful. So that's pretty much the biggest part of this class is just staying on schedule. You can read more about this in the course policies, how your grade is going to be figured. Another part of this class is I'm working on something called my favorite mistake. So I may have a discussion post or an announcement or something to do with maybe a mistake that I have seen in the class. Or I may have you send me in a mistake maybe you made on the homework or the quiz or something. And if you can show me that mistake, maybe type up a little description about the mistake and share with me something that I could possibly share with the class as well, then I can give you some extra credit for doing that. So mainly I just want to highlight that making mistakes is a huge part of learning in this class. It's just doing something and getting it wrong, and then doing something again and maybe getting it wrong again. But then you start to see maybe what you did wrong and how you fixed it. And then if you can share that, maybe explain it to me or to someone else, that's again where you can learn from your mistakes. So that's going to be a small part of this class. Just look for an announcement about that. Another way to get extra credit in this class is if you get 90% or better on all the homework assignments in my stat lab, I'm going to add 5 percentage points onto your quiz for that particular unit. So that's an easy way to get that extra credit. So 90% or better on all the homework. In the homework, which is over in my stat lab, you can work every single problem until you get it correct. So you can get 100% on all your homework for the whole class. So that's something that's pretty easy to do. My favorite mistake activity, there may be some extra credit there, but mainly just a reminder, it's most important that you do the regular credit first. So extra credit is on top of your regular credit. It's not a replacement for that. Just wanted to highlight that when you see a due date, just remember that's the absolute last day you have to get that done. So a due date is not the due date. It's not the date that you do it. In other words, you want to be starting well ahead of the due date on a particular assignment to make sure you get everything done. Again, that's the main part of this class, is staying on schedule. So how are you going to stay on schedule? There's a calendar that I showed you that you can keep and look at. Just maybe bookmark that in your browser. Every week there's going to be an announcement that you can look at on, say, Monday morning and see everything that you have to do that week. Also, when you go into my stat lab is going to have the due dates for all those homework assignments. So that's a big part of this class, just making sure everything is done. Now, this is another important part of the homework that I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of. So you're probably going to get asked about this when we meet on Zoom. But when you log into a homework assignment, it's going to look something like this, what you're seeing here. Now, sometimes there'll be some links up here at the top. Now, if you see links at the top, these are optional. However, you have to click them to get credit. So I wanted to leave them there, but if I have them there, the software requires that you at least click it, even if you don't need to watch it. Now, so these are optional. These down here are not optional. These video links, these are links at the bottom. These are required videos. These links here are going to show you how to use StatCrunch on a homework assignment. So it's very, very important that you realize that there's two different things going on here. These are publisher videos, they're optional. If you see some videos linked here at the bottom, that is your clue that you need to watch them to know how to do these. Most of the time, these videos are my videos that I've recorded specifically showing you how to use StatCrunch in order to solve these problems. So if you don't watch these, you're going to be lost over here trying to figure out how to do these. So this is a big part of what I wanted to make sure you heard me say during this orientation video. So you will be asked about this later when we meet on Zoom. So pretty much that's everything that I wanted to say. I didn't mean to keep this as long as I did, but I'm very excited to have you in class. I know this is an online experience, but I'm here for you. I can meet in person. We can meet on Zoom. Have a lot of resources for you guys. Please don't hesitate at all to reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns, whatever it is. I'm here for you guys. So I'm looking forward to the semester and can't wait for you to get started.